Coming up, the University of Iowa completes its Employment Practices Review. And later, Anita Hill, known for her role in the 1991 Supreme Court nomination hearing, lectured at the IMU talking about sexual harassment. Find out what she had to say.
Find out how the Iowa women's basketball team did against Big Ten rival Ohio State later in sports.
Will the snow stick around or will we finally get a break? I'll have more for you later in weather.
All that and more coming up on this Friday morning edition of DITV News. Don't go anywhere. DITV News starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm John Chenoweth. The University of Iowa announced on Thursday the completion of its Employment Practices Review around 2 years after its start date. The review was conducted by Des Moines law firm Frederickson Byron PA and was initially requested due to the 2017 ruling that the university discriminated against former athletics employee Jane Meyer. Due to the end of the review, UI Human Resources has unveiled a new training program for all campus supervisors to complete by the end of the year. The training program is influenced by the review results, but also satisfies concern from staff council, faculty senate, and other campus community members. UI President Bruce Harold commented on the program saying, quote, "As we work hard to draw and support the best students, let's not forget to improve upon the qualities that draw and retain the best staff and faculty as well," end quote. The training program was developed by over 200 staff members and will focus on the importance of supervisors, as well as improving recruitment, employee engagement, coaching, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. I went to a University of Iowa lecture committee last night. I learned a lot, and this is what happened. From social movement to social impact, putting an end to sexual harassment. That was the name of the lecture given by Anita Hill last night at the Iowa Memorial Union. Hill gained national attention in 1991 when she testified against then U.S. Supreme Court nominee Clarence Thomas, accusing him of sexual harassment. Hill explained that she wanted her message to be more than just about herself.
I do like to think of what I do as having a reach that is well beyond me, but that also is embracing and inclusive of many, many others.
Hill then spoke about her experience in 1991, sexual harassment, gender-based violence, gender equality, the Me Too movement, and more. A student that helped get Hill to speak at the Iowa Memorial Union explained why the lecture was relevant for University of Iowa students.
You know, Iowa is preparing its students for their careers, and part of that is recognizing what behavior is unacceptable, what sexual harassment is, and what you can do about it.
Hill spoke for more than an hour and answered questions before the end of the event. I'm John Chenoweth, reporting for DITV News. Yeah, it was a really good event, easy to travel to, unlike this morning. My car almost got stuck, and obviously you saw yourselves, there's a lot of snow. Hopefully Cole Krause in the weather studio can give us some good news for the upcoming forecast.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll have much of that, John. It looks like we're going to have a pretty quick weather segment today. The high of today will be about 36 with a low of 29. We may also be getting about another inch or two of snow. Saturday looks like it's going to be cloudy with a high of 34 and a low of 23. Sunday will be about the same with a high of 31 and a low of 24. Monday will bring a high of 32 and a low of 24. Finally, Tuesday will be sitting at a high of 34 and a low of 27. That's all I have for you today, John. Back for you at the desk.
Thank you, Cole. The Senate reconvened Thursday afternoon for the second day of opening arguments against President Donald Trump in the impeachment process. The House case against Trump focuses on his alleged abuse of power and conduct with the Ukraine. Representative Adam B. Schiff spoke about the Trump's relations with the Ukraine during his opening arguments.
This was not about foreign policy. In fact, it was inconsistent with and diverged from American national security and American values.
House impeachment managers argued the president allegedly withheld military aid and a White House meeting to pressure the Ukraine into investigating Joe Biden. Representative Schiff ended his statement by saying it is up to us to make sure the president does not put himself before this country. Senators are considering having a quick morning session on Saturday, but have not come to a decision yet. So with the snow finally making its appearance in Iowa, dog owners may be struggling to keep their furry friend active. Phil O'Brien, a dog owner and Iowa City real estate agent, came up with the idea of a canine community center. O'Brien said the idea hit him last year during the polar vortex when his dogs forced to stay indoors. The community center will have a supervised park area, indoor track, multi-purpose facility, collaboration areas, a pool, and a retail area. The center will also have staff to watch over pets while their owners are out doing other things. In order for construction to start, the Iowa City City Council needs to approve city code amendments that would allow for animal-related commercial establishments. If all goes well, there may be a new canine community center appearing in Iowa City. Coming up in sports, we're going to be talking about women's basketball and wrestling, but don't let me talk about that. Let's toss it over to Maddie in the sports studio.
Thanks, John. The Iowa women's basketball team extended their home court win streak to 131 last night when they took on the Ohio State Buckeyes. In the beginning of the first quarter, the Hawks sunk 2 baskets to get them to a 4-0 lead. It didn't take long for the Buckeyes to bounce back, but by the end of the first quarter, the Hawks trailed by 4. After the half, the Hawks gained even more momentum by fighting back with an even stronger defense. Iowa out-rebounded Ohio State by 4 and managed to shut down the Buckeyes from the three-point line, holding them to 1-15 from beyond the arc. In the second half, Iowa was able to go on and win this one 77-68.
I thought this was a really good win against a very, very talented Ohio State team. Big team, athletic team, very, obviously come in with incredible accolades. We were focused right from the beginning tonight. I thought that was really good. We got Patty in foul trouble, but I liked where we were sitting a lot better than where we had been at halftimes.
Yeah, I think we're just confident right now, and we've played in tough games consistently through this Big Ten season. We know we're going to have to play well for 40 minutes, so we just got to keep grinding it out and lock in every possession, and we've been doing a good job of that down the stretch in games.
The Hawks will stay in Iowa City this weekend as they host Michigan State on Sunday at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Now, if you're a fan of crowds or the Hawkeyes, then you will love Carver Hawkeye Arena tonight when the top-ranked Iowa wrestling team hosts 4th-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. The Hawkeyes come into the duel undefeated and have all 10 of their wrestlers ranked inside the top 10. The Buckeyes come in with a 7-1 record and 4 wrestlers inside the top 10. Every time these two teams meet up, it always seems to come down to the wire, and this matchup won't be any different. At 141, Iowa 9th-ranked Max Murin is going to have his hands full when he takes on top-ranked Luke Pletcher. The Hawks will look to continue their win streak this season with a packed Carver Hawkeye Arena behind them. Now, heading next door to the Iowa baseball team has announced their 2020 team captains for the upcoming season. Seniors Justin Jenkins, Grant Judkins, Grant Leonard, and Austin Martin have been voted to lead the Hawks after coming off an impressive season last year. Iowa will open the regular season at the Snowbird Classic on February 14th against Kent State in Punta Gorda, Florida. That's all I have for you in the sports studio. Be sure to tune in Monday to find out how the wrestling team fared against the Buckeyes. John, back to you.
Thank you, Maddie. For those looking for another option to add to their fast food palette, there is a new Five Guys restaurant coming into Coralville. The new location is opening on 2nd Street across from the Olive Garden. The restaurant is slated to open in March and is looking for 50 to 60 employees. So if you're looking for a nice part-time job or even a burger, hit up Five Guys. So that's all we have for you on this Friday morning edition of DITV News. Be sure to head over to dailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday. If that isn't enough of the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out our print edition of the news, which is on stands now. For DITV News, I'm John Chenoweth. Have a great day, Iowa City.